Can't go quite as high as we did earlier today. Now, Coach Catfish is going to be speaking into what they call it. It's a lantern. It's a Swiss Tech lantern. It's so bright. It's bright. It's as bright as what we'd use out when we was on a John boat out there in the Bayou. It's that bright. Because we was out there meaning business. Business. Because you get enough of them garfish. Guess what, sucker? You get a car wash. You throw some drum in there, and you might get a waxing. Now, waxing of your faxing. And that's where the story begins. Now, when Coach Catfish goes back in the day, 43, that's a 7 when you put it all together. And the 7 is part of heaven. And that's what we got to look at. Back in the day, you was just a creature, a little fish, or a big fish. You're swimming down the bayou. Well, Coach Catfish and my friends, my compadres, what we would do, we'd go out there, we get the John boat about 9, 10 o'clock at night. We get out there at the Luda, and we know where we was going. And, you know, we was the creatures. We was the upper echelon of the creatures. But what was happening below us was just the families of critters going about their normal critterless self. And it goes into the night. Things like a lot of the fish, they eat other live things. And when we start looking at the gar, the alligator gar, that's how they go up and they fish up in the shallows. So what they do at night, excuse me, that was a strange one. It didn't make a lot of noise, but it sure did smell bad. You know, I'm trying to blow that sucker away. Anyway, the gars, what they do, they come up at night, and I'll be talking into the light. They come up and they fish in the shallows because they realize there's be bunches of little creatures that come up at night, especially like when you go on the full moon night. All the critters is out there because they can be eating because they can actually see. You know, not all the critters can really see all that wonderful at night, but they got them. You know, you got the rods and you got the cones, and they got lots of rods so they can see this here differences in dark and light. So all these critters will be out there in the light of the moon. And that's what we'll be in the John boat going and having that light shining down. But we're talking about the critter that's in the water, swimming around. He's just doing his old critterly thing. And the gars, they go up to the shallows. And there's in the shallows, like that song, in the shallows. And they go up there, and next thing you know, grab something. It could have been a frog. It could have been a snake. It could have just been some fishes, because the other fishes. Because most of the fishes, the clean fishes that we eat, they eat other living stuff. They don't eat dead things. They ain't like the catfish and a few other critters. They eat live stuff. And you know, can't say that is the clean of the unclean. But you know, it just seems like some of them critters, just got the skin. They'll eat dead shit. And that's why, you know, when you go fishing for the catfish, you know how you do it. So I'm not getting on to you people that, I don't care what you eat or what not. I'm just telling you, from the fish's point of view, you're just doing your thing in the water. And this is a human being on earth. You're just going about your way, doing your thing in the water. Just doing your normal fishy stuff. And Coach Catfish would see some of the really big fish. Sometimes you shine your light down and you would just see them scurrying off. And I'm talking about some big stuff. Look like maybe 60, 70 pound, big old drum, big old buffalo fish. They take off that way. And you just see them go, and you would never get them down in the main part of the bayou where you could spotlight them and kick them. Because that's what we was out doing. And the whole point was the fish that was just going along in their life, in the world. It's just the world. The bayou's the world. And the fish was just going along. And there was creatures above them in this here high-techy, flat-bottom thing. It could, you know, if you a fish. Now, if you think about it, Coach Catfish tell you a fish, and there's something high-techy, flat-bottom thing coming at night, and you've got some kind of light. The light shining down from above, and you see a creature somehow, you see them, and they got this here stick going, and you know, that's what Coach Catfish finally understood what was going on. And when we go down now and do that, you know, from the fish's perspective, that's what they're seeing. they seen this here light come up, and the next thing you know, there was red stuff in the water, and cousin Jed was extracted. He's extracted. We never saw him again. We have no idea what happened to Uncle Jed the fish. He's a big fish. He's an old fish. And actually, he became part of what was a car wash. Because, you know, three of them big old suckers, 2-3 foot long, will get you a car wash. And you throw in a couple of buffalo for the ribs. They love the ribs. And sucker, that'll get you a waxing. Waxing and a faxing. And that's just the way it worked. Because back where Coach Catfish come from, we would trade things like that out for services. Food for services. That was not an odd thing. It was just part of what happened. And Coach Catfish and my compadres, we can go out here and do that stuff to get rid of the stress of the week. And just, it was part of our life. To go out and do these things was part of our life. But what we did not understand was sometimes we was taking Uncle Jed and cousin Tormaine, or whoever he was, Tormaine the tuna. We just take him out of the school. And they never saw him again. We just did not understand the trauma and the drama that was causing the fish back in the bayou. Thing is, Coach Catfish is not at all ashamed of any of it, because it is the higher creature, the creature that comes here, clothed in light of some kind, and vehicles that I don't know, but the Sasquatch that just scrims above the water, which would be scrimming above the, like the ETs, and they just pluck this one here and that one there. I'm not sure that they feel bad about it either. You might cook Catfish out. It's just stories from the bayou, and it's part of what made me who I am. Yeah, I'm praise y'all. Regardless, it's good stories. I still remember it like it's yesterday, and I only wish it was tomorrow so I could do it again. Praise y'all, my friends, who I miss so much.